So I'm going to make a video talking about how to reset or just configure it as an IAP mode on this Aruba 535. So as you see, it is a pretty high performance access point that provide you around 4.4 MMOs, 5 GHz performance, and it does support recorded virtual controller VCs configurations. And you see it does have two 5 GB PoE++, which is 803 BT, so it's given 60 watts per port. I simply plug one of the PoE with the PoE++ injector, so we can have a testing on this. So the reset is designed very strange. So as you see here, it's pretty hard to press the reset button. You need a quite long stick to get to touch the reset button. It's a very strange position. Okay, so now I've just touched the reset and it got a PoE++ on the Ethernet 0 port. Is at 803 BT's PoE injectors. So as you can see here, it's a 535 and it's an RW version. And you see the green light here. So I need to press it around 50 seconds. So around 50 seconds, it will be fully reset. So just like this, it will blank very quickly. So these 535 which is being reset. So to configure into the IAP mode. So this is basically how can we reset these Aruba's IAP-535 series. Okay, so this is how the 535 has been fully booked up. The left side information green light blanking because my Ethernet port is only 100 meg. So my cable has some small problems, but in green light it means it just got a 803 BT power, so it's in full performance mode. On the right side, this is the wireless light. So it's in green blanking, means the radio 1, which is the 5 GHz, has been disabled because I haven't configured its country, so it can't put up its 5 GHz radio. So let's move on how to configure it in your computer. So right here, we move on to the computer. We connect to this network called setup, and you will see the MAC address after the setup network. So we simply connect to that network. You will remind you isn't private because the connection is in HTTPS, but the certification is not void, I think. And the username will be admin, and the password you need to refer to your access point. It's your serial number of your access point. So I simply type my serial number of my access point and go in, and Aruba will just let you to reset your password for some reason, for security reason. You just type your reason and you just retype your password to log in, and here we go. So we're going to choose your country code. So in some of the countries, 5 GHz band are being limited. So you need to choose according to your country to make sure your wireless network is legal. So I'm in Hong Kong, so I'll choose HK as my country code. I just select OK. Oh. Okay, so it just responds, and okay, skip here first. So first, you need to know your IP address of your access point, which is 192.168.15.141 for me. So we need to remember it first. We need to use it later. So tap here first. We need to use it later. So okay, and here's the dashboard of our Aruba access point. So now I'm going to be doing some basic configurations on SSIDs. So I will recommend all of you before configurations in the SSIDs, we move on we move on to configurations. Access point here to rename your Aruba access point. So like Aruba, so rename it to your name you like, but not MAC address, or you just forgot which AP use your access point. So we'll be very mass later. And we'll just go to network, press an add network. So you have your SSID name. For example, just use Aruba testing. Wireless. So use employee, and you can select a lot of options, but we could talk of these options in another video later. So just simply skip here. And you can use a VLAN, but I does not need to use the VLAN deployment this time. So I will use network sign default. Next. So here's some basic network security settings. So this time I would like to try with WPA2 personnel. So you can choose WPA3, and you just simply type your password of your network you want. And we don't need the other functions, but you can enable the fast roaming for better roaming experience for clients. And we don't need to set up any access route this time. So finish. And right now, your Aruba access point, we're going to open an SSID called Aruba testing. So you can simply connect based on your computer. Or just connect it. And it's been connected because I have this SSID name before using the same password, so it does not let me to tap the password again. So the problem is you see your setmeup.arubanetworks.com is unable to visit again. So we need to jump to the IP address of the access point. So it's continue this on the safe IP address and retype your password. Just use your IP address so you can log back to your Aruba access point. So that's today's video for basic configuration your Aruba 535 or your Aruba 500 series access point in virtual controller or in IAP mode. Thanks.